yourself, Brody.
What's up, baby? Man, it's your boy Benzo. Goddamn it, you feel me? Man, Mr. Go Ham, whatever you want to call it. You feel me?
She's a bad motherfucker. Sing, dance.
I can't dance.
You can act like you can. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know that. They can figure that out on their own.
Welcome to another episode of Midwest Slang. You rocking with your boy Frank Nitty. I got a special guest today. You want to introduce yourself, bro?
My name is Antwan Wilson, co-founder, owner of Black Fridays, Cap Clothing brand, and IB Freeman.
Okay. Where you from?
I'm from Elkhart. Well, I'm originally from Chicago. From Chicago, we moved to Gary. From Gary, like 96, we moved to Elkhart. I've been in Elkhart since 96. 2020, I moved to South Bend.
Okay. So what all do you do? I heard you just mention something about Black Friday.
So Black Fridays is my company. What we do, we market, promote, and we host vendor events for entrepreneurs and small business owners in the community, particularly minority small business owners, entrepreneurs in the community. We basically bring them exposure.
Okay. That's what's up, though. That's what we need around here.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's a lot of competition around here.
What you mean by competition?
As far as people.
Yeah.
You know
I agree with you. I think it's, in my opinion, from what I've seen, and I can be an outsider looking in because I'm really not from this area. What I learned from this area, like you either was born or raised to or you related to everybody here.
Yeah.
So a lot of that cause friction. Friction.
Yeah.
People don't want to work just because that's
Over
such and such
here,
cousin. I ain't
segregated,
gonna mess with such and such. Yeah. So from an outsider looking in, I see there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But having these events, I think it's I specifically go on Facebook, go to use different little avenues, and I go find these different entrepreneurs and vendors and stuff, and I send them a message. Yeah, hey, woo woo, hey, woo woo, hey, woo woo. So they won't know this person coming until they get there. Yeah, because we come in to handle business. You know what I mean? Y'all can leave that stuff in the streets, but we finna handle business here.
Real talk.
So yeah,
that's what's up though. Plus, when there's a lot of politics there and all that, ain't nobody gonna know.
Yeah.
So what is the Rise Up program?
So the Rise program is regional innovation startup education. I got put in that through Ivy Tech. I currently go to Ivy Tech. Okay. I'm going for entrepreneurship. I was going for business administration, but I found out it's an entrepreneurship certificate you can get. So I switched it to entrepreneurship. Yeah. So the person that's over I can't think of her name, but she over the business part of Ivy Tech. Okay. She came to me saying, hey, we got a special course. It's called Applied Entrepreneurship Program, and it's given through the Rise. They host it at the Idea Center over on Notre Dame campus. Okay. So what Rise is basically it molds you, it gets you structured as far as business. Okay. Like
educating them about business.
Yeah. And the resources, the connections, like, It's crazy.
And that's the thing, too, a lot of people need, because a lot of people running business ain't going to give a lot of people that game. They going to keep that for themselves.
And that was one of the main reasons I wanted to even go back to school and especially get into this program, because I know how to handle business from hustling. You know what I mean? I don't know the structural part, the back end part of it, which if you want to get anywhere,
you got to network.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know that. Because if you ask for money from them people, they want to see what you're saying. They want to see what's on paper.
They want to see a plan.
They want to see a plan. And
that map you got mapped out. Yeah.
And I had to learn that. And with the Rise program, they not only helping you structure that, but like, okay, you got this. Okay, let me see. Okay, you got this. Let me see. They making you stand on it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just finna do a lot of thinking and talking. We finna make sure this stuff work. You know, they gonna send you out there. So it's like the Rise. That's a hidden gem right there. Okay. I think they actually just started it within the last 2 years. They just had the Rise program. Yeah.
So who started it and how did it come about?
So the person that's over, her name is Iris Hamill. Okay. She so she came in and introduced herself to our class. She originally came from Wisconsin. She a teacher, her and her husband. They teachers. And they end up moving up this way. I can't remember why she said, but they end up moving up this way. And she more business minded than her husband. But they came up with a course, like an online course to teach schooling and stuff like that. Okay. But she was more into the business stuff. So she started teaching about business, and she draw for connections. Like she got a lot of resources and connections. So she started networking, and she ended up coming up with this program. And from my experience, it's been helping a lot of people out.
Sound like it.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely worth it. And a beautiful thing about this is, by me going through Ivy Tech, my the school pay for it. So through my student loans or scholarship money or grants, they all pay for it like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. So you said about 2 years have been going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. So where people can find more about the program. You know?
They got a Facebook. They got a Facebook page called Rise. It's gonna pop up Rise. It's gonna pop up Startup Education. They got Instagram. They got a website, or you can go to the Idea Center. They got their own office and area in the Idea Center at Notre Dame. Okay. You can go in there and inquire about it.
Notre Dame. Make sure y'all go up there and check that out, man.
Yeah.
That's lie yourself, man.
And that's another thing. Like they like when I deal with these entrepreneurs through the event planning thing. Mm-hmm. I recommend, like, hey, I'm in this program. They provide this, that, and the other. Okay. Hey, you want to meet the person? I'll introduce y'all, or
like that.
Yeah, I'll pass the information on, because that's what we lack. If we don't know, we don't know. Yeah. But if somebody know, you come across, like, I try to spread it out as much as I can.
So you better grasp it right then and there, and not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of people need, like, for people, because it's like, for instance, like I was trying to do the house stuff at one point in time, but wouldn't nobody give me that, that advice or that, because they want to keep it to themselves. But it was like, you know what, I'm going to just start networking.
Yeah.
And I got to learning about different things that I need to learn about by networking. So that's a good thing that y'all started that program, so people can just come right there and know what they need to do. So
then they going to do the networking for you, really, like, depending on what you doing. She and Eris, like, she a pro networker. Like, you, like, we had 8 people in our class, and we had to do pitch. I was in a pitch competition too. That's another thing. You can do pitches there in front of investors and other organizational leaders, and you might not win that competition, but you didn't get exposed to all these different people that's relevant, and they heard you. And the judges, they be like, you might want to, they critique you and they say, you might want to contact such and such and such. See me afterwards, I'll give you the information. So you just made another.
You got put on right there.
Yeah, right there. So, but she big on networking. She like, your network is your net worth. Like, she emphasized that. And, like, it don't matter what you're doing. She knows somebody that can assist you in it. Yeah. So, yeah. And a lot of them people, like, that we deal with, because they connected to Notre Dame, a lot of these people, they didn't pitch for $250,000, $300,000 seed money, $1 million, $1.5 million. So they like,
it's money.
Hey, when I got to see them, I'm like, man, I'm out here playing.
Like, hold on, let me try something else.
I'm out here playing. These people saying real money, man. A whole little demonstration. I'm like, and what surprised me is, like, they willing to help you. Like, you just gotta say something to them.
Apply yourself.
Like, like, most people may be nervous. Like, damn, man, they worth $250,000. They worth $2 million. They ain't finna. Nah, they trying to pass the information. Hey, go see such and such. Go see such and such. Tell them I sent you. Tell them who. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I sure be name dropping too. Hey, such and such told me.
That's real though. Shit, a lot of people be just at a standstill, not knowing what you know what I'm saying. But right there, I know that's gonna help a lot of people out.
Definitely.
So what's the main, like, mission up for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, goal y'all trying to reach, or what are y'all trying to do
at the ride?
Yeah.
So South Bend got this thing to where they want to revitalize the city by getting the economy going, as far as the people that's in the city, like small business owners, entrepreneurs, like they want to grow the city from the inside out.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Cause like I just learned about this as far as the Studebaker company. I guess that the Studebaker car company, I guess that was the heart and soul of South Bend, like what stimulated the economy. Then once that stopped
everything.
Yeah, it kind of leveled out. And we just recently did a tour through the RISE program and through the Studebaker building with the guy that bought it, and he said the population went from 150,000 to like 100,000. Like they trying to retain, like people will get an education here because South Bend got a good education system.
Yeah.
And like Notre Dame, IUSB, Bethel, what's the other ones out here? Ivy Tech, through all the little colleges, they'll get the information, but they'll move somewhere else. So they trying to keep them here, apply that.
Apply that.
Apply it here, stimulate here. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So it's basically like the RISE program. They shaping people for that. Like it's a RISE. We got a RISE Fest 2023. They do at the Fort Williams Field, and everybody that's in the program, they set up their little vendor booth to show you what's going on, what they got going on. It's a big old thing. So that's in April. I don't remember the exact date, but they do it every year. And I'm trying to think. One dude that came out the RISE program, his name Matthew. He got a business called Game Day, to where he set up tailgating for Notre Dame. Okay. So him and another buddy, they started it. So they went from setting up tailgating in Notre Dame. It was another company doing it. They bought that company, and then they ended up signing a contract with I ain't no big football fan. What's the football field out there in Chicago? Soldier Field. Yeah. They end up signing a contract with them to do their tailgating and stuff. So they be getting players for like $20,000 just for a tailgating game. I'm like, what? That's to sit in the parking lot. I'm like, whoa! But they came.
So do they got like games on there on their trucks or whatever, or just
from what I know about it, they like you order the package. They got different packages to where you can come. You just bring yourself. They got the table set up, coolers, food, generators, all of that.
Oh, basically like
or they'll pick you up in Chicago. Let's just say you come from Chicago. They get a bus, go pick you up from Chicago. The bus loaded with stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's another like $10,000 package. But it'd be groups, I guess, going or whatever.
So anteing up.
Yeah, but he getting
That's
I'm like, wow.
Back.
Yeah, but he came through the RISE program. He one of the ones that came through the RISE program. It was quite a few, man, that's doing real good now that they got that training as far as structure behind them.
Yeah, that's motivation.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Where have you had like any of the pop-up events at?
So my first event was a proof of concept. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you, I almost quit this class because I come from an action type of atmosphere. There's too much talking and writing in here, man. Like she like when you write down your plan or whatever, they'll critique it. Yeah. And it's hard to take criticism when you come up with an idea. You like, man, it's perfect. And she come. And my teacher, Professor An, she come along, oh yeah. I'm like, man, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. But I'm like, I came here to get the structure. So the MVP was a proof of concept. I had it at the Iron Hen Wine Bar on Northside Boulevard next to the Armory. It's attached to the Armory, matter of fact.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
With that. That's much you knew.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, it's right over here. Yeah, it's right over here, Northside Boulevard.
Gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's real nice in there. But that was my first event. I had 8 vendors, and probably about 170, roughly 200 people came through there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was during brunch time from 10 to 3. That's when I had it. Yeah, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. Vendors got good results. I got good feedback from the customers. Hey, when's the next one? So, yeah, I got 100% of that, 100% score in class on that, too.
That's what's up,
yeah. And then my name got to popping around a little program, yeah. So.
They're like, oh, yeah, we need him.
Yeah,
some network, something else. But that's what's up, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see too many people, even trying to do something like that to give back to the community.
Yeah,
and that's information to how to make money and stuff like that.
And that's why, that's how I really thought of it. I'm like, man, because like I said, the teacher was emphasizing solve a problem, solve a problem. I was gonna do my clothing brand, which is it's CAP, it's keep a plan. It's an acronym for keep a plan.
That's what's up.
But then I'm like, man, hold on, let me think. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm like, all these people are like, my mind worked different. I'm like, all these people around here, man, these entrepreneurs. I wonder if they know about pop up. I could ask them about pop ups. They like pop ups. What's pop? I'm like, oh, they don't know about pop ups. Oh, okay.
Come in that, get that money on the real.
I started structuring a plan for that, doing the pop up, organizing pop ups and stuff. And what it's doing is, what I did was I got 3 of the entrepreneurs from the program, and then I got 5 just people that I knew that around, or I looked on Facebook and found them, and that's how I invited them. So with that, I brought in, I help other entrepreneurs make money. The 3 people that's in the program, they made money. This their first time selling, and they got a good grade for their proof of concept. You know what I mean? So that got back to the program director, like, okay,
that's a good thing. It's a good A plus for you too.
Yeah. Like he killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
They gonna be ready. Hey man, you need to throw another one so you make some more money. Accumulate.
For real.
So what's the discovery phase?
So the discovery phase is basically your research phase. That's the most, in my opinion, that's the most tedious phase. Like you can't just say this a problem or this a problem or this a problem. You gotta actually make sure it's a problem that people have and they want to pay for a solution to it. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
So with that, you got to go and research statistics. You got to go do what they call customer interviews, to where you ask some questions about whatever product or service you offering. You ask discrete questions about it. You don't directly ask them. You ask discrete questions about them until you get confirmation enough for it to be like, okay, this is a problem worth investing into, or this is a problem worth pursuing and trying to solve. It was this one dude, he went through the program as well. He worked on this service or product that he had for 3 years. Yeah. And it didn't go nowhere. Like, I'm talking about, he interviewed over 200-300 people, trying to make this specific idea work, but it didn't. So he switched his idea, and that one, now he got traction for that. He got a beta stage going of it. He got investors now. Like, he just stuck with it. Like, okay, this idea didn't work. So I'm gonna switch to this idea. And then I'm like, damn, I got my nerves to want to give up, and this dude didn't put 3 years into this one that didn't work at all. And he just went on to the next one. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, I can't give up, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing though. Shit, that you kept going, because that's the thing. A lot of people give up. No, don't give up. Keep going. You got to keep pushing. Yeah. Because you never know. It can be tomorrow or next week or a month or so. Boom.
Yeah.
You up there.
And that's basically what happened with him. Like, you know how they say that little saying to where if you'd have went one more step further, you would open one more door. It was behind that door. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, he opened that one more door. So that's the discovery phase though.
Okay. What is your thought around the world idea?
The what?
The world. I mean the whole idea. Hold on, my bad. What was my fault? What was your thought around the whole idea?
The idea of what?
About creating what you created.
So pop-ups. I attended 3 pop-ups last year. Yeah, 3 pop-ups last year. In my opinion, the hosts, they did a nice setup. There was one in particular. They did a nice setup. They had entertainment and everything, but it wasn't enough customers there as far as for the vendors. Like, the whole point of having the host made money off the vendors renting the space. You know what I mean? But the vendors,
nobody else make the money.
The vendors ain't make the money. You know what I mean? And that's the whole idea of, in my opinion, of having a pop-up shop to get exposure to these entrepreneurs, small business owners, for everybody to make money. You know what I mean? So that's the complaint that popped up in my head, because it was quite a few people talking about that. So what I did was I joined this me doing the discovery phase. I joined a bunch of pop-up groups on Facebook. And I went and looked for that particular problem. Like, I wonder if it's
Search,
just this area. Yeah.
Found it.
Man, everybody was saying that. These vendors, I can't stand these hoes. I done paid all my money. Ain't nobody came through there. These hoes is just terrible. They didn't even come by my table and stop and say hi or speak to us or nothing.
They just collected the money and set up.
I'm just highlighting all the problems. Okay. So what I did mine, I'm like, okay, now that's the main problem. So I got to make sure there's people there.
Yeah.
So what I did was, with the Iron Hand, I collaborated with businesses that already had an audience.
Yeah.
So where we know the people gonna be there. You know what I mean? So
stuff like that.
Yeah. So I collaborated with them, and aside from the audience that they already had and us marketing, it was a nice turnout. You know what I mean? They gave good feedback. Customers, they were saying, because I go and ask the customers when I see them buy something. I go ask them, hey, what you think about this? What you think about this?
Giving them a review.
Yeah, because the vendors need the information too to critique their product or service. You know what I'm saying? Like this was making your business work. Yeah. So I asked them questions. They like, one guy told me, he was like, I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, what you give it? He like a 9. I'm like, why a 9? He like, cause it could have been more. I'm like, well, more what? He like, more vendors. He like, all these people here. He like, man, with no pressure to buy. Everybody knew what they was talking about. They booths looked nice. It was neat. Everything. He like, you could have more vendors. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's good then.
That's what's up though. I got another question, man. Well, actually, that was it, man. To be honest, because you already told us about the Black Fridays. You know what I'm saying? But is there anything else you want to fill them in?
Yeah. So we got
Then not to cut you off when you're done. Let them know, where they can find everything, all the names of the platforms and stuff, where they can find you at and reach you.
Okay. So our next event is March 3rd from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Elkhart, Indiana. We collaborated with the Black Expo Elkhart chapter. They having a Man Up. It's health and wellness fair and conference. It's a 3-day event from Friday to Sunday. Friday is the small business kickoff. Saturday, they doing like health screening for the men. They doing anything they got to do with like mental health and wellness health. And Sunday, they gonna be at a Agape Church in Elkhart on Wolf Street. And they doing like services. They doing a service to where somebody's supposed to be speaking. I can't recall his name right now. But that's March 3rd. That started March 3rd.
March 3rd.
6 to 10 p.m. at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Elkhart, Indiana. So right now we still under construction as far as with our web page, our Facebook page, etc. Because like I said, my first event was just supposed to be a proof of concept. Yeah. But it jumped off so fast. Now I gotta really people trying to contact me. Yeah. So we still getting that. But the company is, like I said, it's Black Fridays. You can hit me up, Antwan Wilson LLC on Facebook, Instagram. Do I got an Instagram? I'm trying to think if I got a business Instagram. Well, Antwan Wilson LLC on Facebook and Black Fridays on Facebook too. So yeah.
All right. Well, shit, man. I'd like to appreciate y'all for another episode of Midwest Slang. Appreciate Antwan for coming and dropping.
Man, I appreciate you from having me, man.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure if y'all out, if y'all want to be, tap in. So, you vendors tap in.
Yeah, vendors, small entrepreneurs, small business owners, particularly minority small business owner entrepreneurs.
And tap in.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Mr. True Dirtbag. Follow me on Instagram, TrueDirtbag_TDB. Hey, man, you in tune with Midwest Slang. Shout out to Frank Nitty. Shout out to T Lane, Mr. Let's Be Real. Yeah.